rusty card shop on the edge of town. Boys and girls come gather, slinging spells around, stealing mana from the earth. Summoning creatures tall with a deck of cardboard secrets, ready for the brawl. We've got forests and swamps, mountains and the plains. Islands bring the blue sky and spells to twist our brains. With our eyes on victory and a heart that's full of cheer, with a deck of cardboard secrets, ready for the brawl. We've got forests and swamps, mountains and the plains.
Hello everyone, my name is Matt Bartram. Welcome to Turn2Gaming. I am also with my best friend over here, AJ. How you doing, AJ?
Doing well, Matt. Doing well.
Good. Like I said, I know we just got done recording one episode of just pretty much going over AJ's tournament. We're going to originally make it a long one, but we're like, might be a little too long, might be... And it was just really wanted to focus it on, AJ's tournament and how things went for his popper. So if you are very interested in the popper, please click on it. AJ has a crap ton of info, and he's probably, between us two, the one that's probably playing popper the most. So I'm very excited. I was very excited about hearing his side. So, but this week's episode, this week's episode, we're going to be talking about Pioneer, Festival in a Box, and potentially the comeback of tournaments. So let's go ahead and start on to Pioneer. I know no one loves to play Pioneer. Everybody hates Pioneer. Pioneer is dead. And I'm probably the only one playing Pioneer, and AJ.
I have my deck still.
The
people on the Pioneer Reddit, they love it.
Oh,
I was reading through there, and they're just like, it's like it never died. And I have to often remember it can be a little, like maybe an echo chamber of like the thing you like. There's other people out there that like the thing you like. So
absolutely. I think, like I said, well, this is a big deal too, because Pioneer it's not shown much love right now because there's not much tournaments for it. There's really nothing for it. This is probably the year of Pioneer being kind of dead, but kind of not. Like with this announcement of it finally being on Arena, gives people an opportunity to go ahead and start playing. I think now I will throw this out there, even though it's finally on Arena, it's not going to have all the cards yet. But it's going to have like the main top, like, your top of the line decks that people are playing right now. So you can probably play your Phoenixes and stuff like that. So that's good at least.
I love it.
So yeah, I know you want to play. I know you're ready to play your Phoenix deck. So.
Well, I know, right? I played enough MTG Arena when it first came out. I got Legend, I think twice.
Right. And
it's so frustrating is I think I got Legend like the season or two before you could qualify, and this was obviously during the COVID years. So I didn't qualify for anything, and I just feel like I always missed the boat for some reason.
Right.
It's like I just need to figure out why that is and do the opposite or something, because now it's like, I don't know, it's so weird because it's like we were so into Pioneer right when it came out, no one cared. Then everyone cared about Pioneer, and they wanted it on MTG Arena, and then it wasn't. So
right.
people don't care about it as much. It's the mass majority.
And it's hard to get a game match. I don't know about you, but like it's hard to find an actual matchup on online MTGO because it seems like everybody would either play Modern or Legacy, and I couldn't blame them because that's the only way you can actually play Modern. I could be wrong, but I don't see Modern coming to Arena for maybe another 3 to 4 years, because heck, it took 3 to 4 years for it to get Pioneer on there. So
yeah, and who knows? They may just say MTGO is Modern and Legacy and Vintage, and MTG Arena is because I could see them just sticking with that, and it just is what it is,
I guess the next question then is this going to bring people to play Arena?
I mean, I'll be honest, I don't play Arena as much as I used to. In fact, I don't even think I played it in the last year. Maybe I logged in to get some packs once and just try a draft, but you know, it's like it is a video game at the end of the day, and it's like fundamentally it's a game of Magic, but if I have video game time, I'm playing some of my other games I like to play.
Right.
Rather than like playing Magic. Like Magic is like my card hobby, so I like to play it in paper.
But you can finally play it in TGO. I mean, you can play Arena on your phone though.
I know. I had those years, and now I'm just kind of like, well, it is what it is. That's what's gonna
mess me up, because I'm gonna be up in the office and there's gonna be like nothing going on for like 2 hours. I'm like, let me see what I got going on Arena.
Yeah, you just hit legend because of that.
Yeah, because I'm just chilling at work, just like, man, there's nothing happening. Just waiting. All right, I'm gonna play a game of Magic, I guess.
Well, there you go.
No, I'll be honest. Like I said, I think this is it's a pretty good thing, but like I'm kind of curious. I'm not holding my breath that this is going to fix for Pioneer, because I think we really, really need some Pioneer tournaments, and I really would love to go somewhere once a week just to play Pioneer, especially once I'm done with college. It's all game. I'm playing. So that's what I'm shooting for.
Yeah. Well, and I think when we were following the meta, they needed to make some pretty hard ban decisions.
Oh, yeah.
They ended up not doing that. And I think because this year has been focused on standard, and I mean, heck, Pauper, even modern to some extent. Pioneer just didn't get any love.
No. Nope.
And I mean, the meta's changed, sure, but it's just not the. I don't know. It's just not the same.
Right
now. It's like it feels like standard. Like I'm just even looking through the decks right now. It's like a extended standard, because there's a ton of new cards in there, which is awesome. I love when new cards are introduced in the format, but when you have the mono red aggro deck just on MTG Goldfish, we usually use that for most of our meta decks. But like there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I just feel like extended decks pretty much.
Yeah. There's 5 cards from Bloomburrow, and like within the last year, basically.
Right.
And then you have Bone Crusher Giant and Burst Lightning, which came from the Foundations, which is cool. But yeah, I guess my point is like, no joke, like literally all the Pioneer cards that I have, I don't even know if most of them are used anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Because just power creep and different meta. So I was like, well, I don't even know if I want to keep all this stuff. Like, I'll just keep my Phoenix deck and sell everything else, you know? Right. I don't even think is Spirits even a thing anymore in Pioneer.
I mean, I don't think anybody's really playing it enough to be to be really testing it.
Yeah, so. Like, look at this. I don't even think Spirits, like, that used to be in the top 10, and I don't even see it. Like, your Angels deck is like the 16th deck. You know, Azorius Flash, I guess that's what it is. The, Enduring Curiosity, the Wandering Emperor, which is cool. That's a cool add. But yeah, it's just different. Like, all these are different decks, and
right.
So I don't know. It's interesting.
Like I said, I think it's just going to be a waiting game, and we'll see what happens. Like I said, just if you like the Pioneer format, or you like these particular cards, like I said, this is the time to go ahead and start buying them personally. So that'd be my recommendation for people. All right, so let's go to our next topic here. They've already showed Las Vegas Festival in a Box. It's going to be on your NTG Secret Lair on May 19th. And it has some pretty good stuff in it. You obviously get your Mystery Boosters too. which has that very good that typical border from Time Shift. Is that what it is? Time Shift, Time Spiral, Time Spiral.
Time Spiral, yeah.
And I like them a lot. They get some pretty cool, unique cards on there. Those are kind of like what you would say the rare cards that you probably won't be able to see another reprint of those in a hot minute until they do. Like as I said, just consider this like your borderless type of cards, and this is the only way you can get it. It's not in any collector booster or nothing. It's just flat out this. But yeah, it's cool. They actually have a lot of good promos with this one, and I don't know if it's $100 or what. Usually, I think they sell for $100. Let me see if I can actually see the price. Nope, they don't have a price for it. But I'm gonna guess it's either gonna be paying $100 or $200. Let me go with the. You get 3 exclusive traditional foil retro copies of 1 Ugin the Spirit Dragon and Silver Hive Mine or Sliver Hive, which is that it's pretty expensive. I don't know if it's expensive, but it's a pretty good sliver card for your commander players, or if you want to, you can have it for your legacy deck. So that's a solid deal. You get some good old border stuff, and seeing the classic Ugin back to its old border is kind of cool. Then you also get 4 other magic cards. It's called Slay the Day. You get Marin the Neutrer, which she's an elf. Whenever another elf you control enters, you put a +1 counter on her, and she just taps for green mana for how big she is. Leia the Shroud of Dusk. She's an angel, and it says rather than pay 2 for each previous time you've cast a spell from the command zone, this game pay 2 life that many times. It has flying and lifelink. Whenever the player casts the spell, they lose 2 life. So like I said, they're really trying to shoot after the commander players with this one, especially this next one, Orlo the Agent Aesthetic. I think that's how you say it. He's the giant, which at the beginning of your upkeep you gain 2 life. So he does that in the command zone. So whenever you gain life, you may pay 1. If you do, draw a card. For each opponent loses 1 life. Then at the beginning of your upkeep, even if he's in the command zone, you gain 2 life. So very, very solid card. And then you get a Modern Horizons card, Sithis Harvest Hand. And she is a nymph that whenever you cast an enchantment spell, you gain 1 life and draw a card. So all that plus the
Nice.
the Mystery Booster 2 box, I say that's a pretty dang good deal, I think.
Yeah, especially if you weren't planning on going to the event, and just grab that for you and your friends and have a little draft of mystery boosters and give out some, I guess the prize, like that would be your prizes as a secret lair and the promos. And I mean, that's fun.
Like I said, I'm going to assume it's $100, but it might be more. Only reason I'm saying it might be more because as of lately, like I said, we talked about the $200 commander deck. So, yeah.
Yeah, let's just say it's going to probably be more than $100.
I would say it's probably going to be more than $100. The last one was like $99, and I was like, oh, okay, that's not bad. But this one looks like it has some good stuff in it. So, I could be wrong, though. So, I just wish they would put the price on there.
Yeah.
Oh
man, I know.
I guess. Is there anything that you would like to talk about for this episode? I know you're kind of thinking about tournaments coming back into action with all these other card games coming around.
Yeah, I just had a couple thoughts on it. Mainly, I guess to put a pulse on it is like we've talked in many podcasts over the last however many years that we've done these, and I feel like of the general sentiment is disappointment that we didn't get to experience certain parts of tournament Magic, and then excitement when we did get to go to SCG Opens, and we never went to a GP, but I definitely feel a sentiment now that more and more people are wanting to play the game at a competitive level. And I have witnessed, like, for example, in Warhammer, not many people play the game in general. They usually just paint, hobby, build, and enjoy the game 2, 3, 4 times a year. But then there's like this section of the hobby player base that is just full blown into playing the game and competitive. Like, so the competitive players are lumped in with the casual players because you actually are playing the game. So you have this weird dilemma where you have a casual player and a competitive player talking on the same forum or same videos, same game store. So I feel like with Magic, it was like really led by tournament play. Then it's gone to casual play, and now I feel like they're finding success again, especially companies like Star City Games and others that are, I feel like this is the most over the past 5 years that I've seen tournaments like almost every weekend. Like, I know they're gonna take a break here in a couple months, like there's not as many, but I am just seeing like the RCQ season and different stuff, and I was like, wow, like this is totally different than the past couple years. Like, I almost could put on my calendar when an event was so I could kind of watch what was going to come from it, but now it's like it's starting to pick up. So I give it another couple years, but I think it could be financially viable for these companies to start doing the opens again every weekend, and they start a season. I don't know, I'm just feeling that sentiment that it's coming back around. The fact alone, like, I don't know, Matt, if you have looked at the standard decks, like the decks aren't terribly expensive compared to like their modern counterparts,
Right.
And I mean, heck, even Pioneer, if I look at Pioneer, they're about the same. But if like, I remember when if you wanted to get into standard, if you missed the cycle, it, no joke, was like $600, $700, $800. So the fact that like the deck is like 4 colors Zur, I understand, like when you have all the like the mana base, like that's $500. But the fact that like mono red's 180, I remember when mono red was like $400 deck in standard, or 500. So to be honest, it's kind of exciting. Like, it just is cool to see things succeed again, and there's some excitement behind it. And maybe I'm just completely out of the loop, and this has been going on since 2020, late 23 to 24, when we were doing some podcasts then, and 23, 24, it was like I just didn't feel that sentiment amongst like the chatter in the hobby, but now I do.
Right.
Like, the fact that you could actually like not do whatever you want, buy packs or not, but like you could go and win some packs and actually pull a card. Like, I pulled a $15 card out of one of my prize packs, and that feeling alone was like, oh, this is back. What? Like, I just paid for my entry, and then I can trade that in for like, the one thing I love about Pauper is like, I need like 2 cards, it's like 50 cents. If it was standard that I needed, like, let me even just look here. Is it prowess? Like, I would need the slick shot, show off. I would need stock up, which is uncommon. So get this, an uncommon from Aether Drift. It's $51 for 4 stock ups.
Nice.
So the Storm Chaser's talent is it's $20 a pop. Corey Steel Cutter is $15 a pop. So that's your bulk. And then you got your lands that I don't have, like the River Pyre Verge. But most of everything else, and your Screaming Nemesis from Duskmourn. But
yeah. I think, like I said, we're at that point now. It's like, not that expensive, and these cards are just going into eternal formats pretty much.
Yeah, like that's actually if like Corey Stowe Cutter's in every format, and because it's that good of a card, like that's a good, in my opinion, that's a really well designed card. It's very powerful. It's very potent. Same with Storm Chaser's Talent. Like that's a good card. Slick Shot. Yeah, I think that's a flying haste. You know, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, get +2 until end of turn. That's a standard card. Like I see that as like that's expensive because it needs to be in standard. Same with the River Pyre Verge. You know, but hey, I am just so thankful that like we're kind of seeing this renaissance, so to speak.
Yeah.
You know.
Honestly, and like I said, I mean, it's getting to the point where like I think these other cards games are kind of like giving the Magic something to chase after, because I mean, Lorcana is pretty big right now. And Lorcana, like my brother-in-law Clinton, he won another tournament again, and he's been playing at all these store events, and it gives people something to look forward to each week. And I think that's something that Magic kind of needs to kind of push a little bit.
Yep. Yeah, that's my thoughts. I'm excited.
Yeah. Well, I think we're going to end this episode right here. We appreciate everybody listening. Like I said, we're trying to get back to getting back to recording and stuff, and I've been working on some of the images and some of the music for our channel, and at least until, you know, we get something really going. But we appreciate everyone listening. Like I said, just a couple of guys and just talking about games and kind of relaxing. Like I said, if we appreciate everything, and you guys have a wonderful rest of your week. You got anything else to end it on, AJ?
I don't think so.
All right.
It's the same thing. We'll hopefully be back next week. We'll just keep churning them out.
Heck yeah. All right. Well, talk to you guys then. See you then.
Peace out.
From the draft to sealed and standard to commander decks, we play for the honor, but we're all still wrecks. Legends in the making with our cardboard in our hand, in the realm of Magic, on this sacred gaming land. It's magic in the cards in that old beat-up box, where we trade and collect them around the ticking clocks. In a world of dragons, elves, and enchanted lands so far, we find our battles and friendships with magic in the cards. Yeah, the magic in the cards. Magic in the cards. With magic in the cards. Magic in the cards.